to welcome you to this regularly scheduled meeting of Chillicothe City Council. Today is Tuesday, May 26th. Can we have a roll call, please?
Ames.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Lorena. Here. Gray.
Here.
Neal.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Cole.
Here.
Patton. Here. Tucker.
Here.
Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes from our last meeting. Members have had the opportunity to review those. Are there any edits? Yes. Motion's been made to approve as presented. Is there a second? By Mrs. Gray. Roll call on the motion to approve.
Ames.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Lorena.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Minutes are approved and will be adopted as presented. That takes us to reports and committees. Mr. Tutcher.
Thank you, President. Last week we passed an ordinance appropriating $30,000 for the purchase of electronic alcohol monitoring devices. I'd like to make a motion to reconsider that. It seems as though I would like to make a motion to change the wording from purchase of to fees associated with in this, and also in section 1 of this. Now, none of you have this ordinance from last week in front of you, right? Also, section 1 is for the, instead of purchase of to be fees for, and that's section 1, very minor. And also the line number, which was 237-100-7685, should be changed to 023-762-7685. The courts are the one that brought this up. I have no idea if anyone else in this room have any idea this was not what they wanted done. Should have been given to us properly. However, it has to be changed. I make a motion to make those changes. Mr. Fossum?
First, you make your motion to reconsider, and then we need a second.
I'll make that motion.
Seconded by Mrs. Ames. Have a roll call on the motion to reconsider this ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Lorena.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes. That is ordinance 55-15. So you can make reference to that. All right.
Mr. President, it won't change anything as far as if we're just changing verbiage, correct?
Exactly right.
Okay, so the intent and everything else remains the same as moving the verbiage.
Yes.
Okay, it's up for reconsideration now, so when you make your motion to amend it.
I'll make a motion to amend this legislation.
Seconded by Mrs. Lorena. Roll call on the motion to amend the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Lorena.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes. Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes. Can I clear that up?
Now you make a motion to pass it as amended.
Okay, I'll make a motion to pass it as amended.
Seconded by Mrs. Ames. Roll call on the motion to pass as amended.
Ames.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Lorena.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes. Take care of that, John.
That does take care of it. 55-15 is now passed as amended.
Since I still have the floor, the Finance Committee has one item on tonight, the second item on tonight. Item 3 is the first reading of the ordinance appropriating $25,000 to pay wholly the law firm for expenses associated with ongoing Bureau of Workers' Compensation litigation. The city has employed outside legal aid for many years. This is nothing new and will be the way our city and many other cities do business for years to come. We have to pay our bills, and at the appropriate time, I'll motion to waive Rule 11, read rule, and pass this legislation tonight. That concludes my report.
That's item number 3.
Item 3.
Other committee reports. Mrs. Ames.
Thank you, President Candelaro. Development has one item on the agenda tonight. Item 5 is the first reading of a resolution authorizing the mayor to file an application to the state of Ohio to participate in the Small Cities Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, allocation program for fiscal year 2015, accepted the grant if funded, and agreeing to comply with the program requirements, authorizing Ohio Regional Development Corporation, ORDC, to administer the program and declaring an emergency. This is an annual application to the CDBG program. I was told by Ms. Clifton that this is not due until June 20th, so I will let it stand as read at this meeting and motion to pass at next meeting. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Ames. Mrs. Patrick.
Thank you, President Leonardo. The Utilities Committee has 3 items on tonight's agenda. Item number 1 is the second reading of an ordinance appropriating $150,000 for the purchase of new fire hydrants. Since our current supply is depleted, at the appropriate time, I will ask for the 3-read rule and pass this one tonight. Item number 4 is the first reading of an ordinance appropriating $25,000 to hire Liquid Engineering to perform interior tank inspections of the city's high water distribution tanks. EPA conducted a sanitary water survey of our system back in February and pointed out that several water storage tank materials have not been inspected in the last 5 years. EPA stated that the tanks should be inspected every 5 years, cleaned and repaired also every 5 years. This ordinance allows us to hire Liquid Engineering to perform the inspections. 2 proposals were submitted to the city to do this work. Brennan Company quoted us $27,175, while Liquid Engineering quoted us $22,685. At the appropriate time, I will ask to waive the 3-read rule and pass this tonight so that the work can begin as soon as possible. Item number 6 is the first reading of an ordinance authorizing a change order to our existing contract with Hyundai Environmental in the amount of $4,850. This ordinance authorizes Hyundai to create a sampling and analysis plan for the groundwater sampling at the landfill on Senior Road as required by EPA. This plan will put us in compliance with our permit to monitor the landfill. Required semi-annual groundwater monitoring at the landfill cannot proceed until EPA approves our sampling and analysis plan. Because of this, I will ask at the appropriate time to also waive the 3-read rule and pass this motion. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Patrick. Mrs. Gregg.
Thank you, President Leonardo. Bless you. Since Councilman Treshel has set the precedent, I'm asking Mr. Thompson at this time, do I go through the same process?
Yes, ma'am.
I will then at this time motion to reconsider ordinance, and I do not have the number. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
49-15.
49-15, which was the department head ordinance that we passed at last regular session of council. And that particular legislation was to establish rates of pay and other economic benefits for non-classified employees. Establish rates of pay and other economic benefits for all appointed department head positions within the city effective throughout 2015. And section 3, subsection C, where we talked about pension pickup, none of us caught the language that reduced to 0% for department heads. And what we would like to have tonight is to reconsider this ordinance 49-15 to change that wording to increase by 5%, correct? Correct for that?
It's currently 5%. It needs to stay 5%.
To stay at 5%, I'm sorry, to stay at 5%.
Because the result of taking it to 0 would be a 5% pay cut.
That's it. So at this time, I would like to make a motion to reconsider ordinance 49-15.
Is there a second? Mr. Trutchell. We'll have a roll call on the motion to reconsider this ordinance.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Tatman.
Yes.
Trutville.
Yes.
That has passed.
I would like to now entertain a motion to amend ordinance 49-15 to reflect the changes that state that we will maintain the pension pickup at 5%.
Is there a second? Mr. Florina. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Tatman.
Yes.
Trutville.
Yes.
Motion has passed.
Now I would like to ask and request a motion to pass ordinance 49-15 as amended.
Second. Seconded by Ms. Corcoran. Roll call on the motion to pass as amended.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Tatman.
Yes.
Trutville.
Yes.
The ordinance has passed.
Thank you. The Human Resources Committee did meet on Friday, May 22nd, and that particular ordinance was primary for us to be able to address that particular error. And then we also discussed legislation request 15-12, which is a request to fill budgeted part-time clerical in Parks and Rec regarding further discussion on benefits for the position. And the committee voted to recommend language to the law director for consideration and preparation of legislation. Legislation request 15-64, which is a request to appropriate funds to hire 8 seasonal workers in the service department, because 5 of those positions, based on the initial request, were filled by the Parks and Rec department. We need further clarification from the service department as to whether or not they were different positions or the positions that were already filled. So that request is on hold until we receive further information, and we'll try to get a meeting scheduled as soon as possible to get that addressed. And then lastly, legislation request 15-66, which is a request to appropriate funds to hire 6 summer workers within the utilities department, and the committee voted to approve that recommendation to the law director's office for consideration of council. And that is my report.
Thank you. Mr. Chapman.
Thank you, President Coronado. Item 2, I'm confused. That never made the first reading. So that still should be on first reading.
It was
We did.
read last meeting.
Okay, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. I guess my question is, we need to have a meeting on June the 1st to review this article. And the Kroll, Patrick, and myself requested at 6:30.
Where will that be at?
Here, Council Chamber.
Who else is question?
Kroll, Patrick, and myself.
All right. Anything further?
No, I guess I was just thinking that we didn't read last week. That concludes my question and answer.
Thank you, Mr. Chapman. Are there other reports from committees? Mr. Kroll.
Safety Service Committee has no items on tonight's agenda. However, I would like to schedule a Safety Service Committee meeting directly following the review session on Monday, June 1st.
Okay,
Immediately following.
Immediate following.
so that's at 6:30, and then you're right after.
All right. Anything further? Thank you. Mr. Florida.
Community Affairs has nothing to report this evening, though I will have a Community Affairs meeting following safety on Monday.
What, did you buy a pizza?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for that. Other reports from committees? Mrs. Neal.
Thank you, President Alvarado. City Services has no items on the agenda tonight, but I'd like to do a short report on assignment 1570. We met Friday, May 22nd, regarding the request to approve the public auction of the equipment located at Hauser and Son. The equipment was taken there as part of a trade-in arrangement toward the purchase of a Kubota tractor for Parks and Rec. It was later determined that this equipment needed to be advertised for bid, and so the council members that were present agreed that these items needed to go up for bid, and the legislation will go to the law director tomorrow, and I believe that there's going to be the mayor is going to call a special council meeting so we can vote on this and get it up for bid. And that's all of my report. Thank you very much.
Does that conclude committee reports? All right, reports from officials. Mayor Davis.
Thank you, President Alvarado. I want to remind everybody again that the City Pool Open House is scheduled for this Saturday, May 30th, at 3 p.m. The pool is scheduled to open Monday, June 1st. Secondly, we have a hazmat exercise being conducted by our fire department on June 16th through the 18th at Camp Sherman, located on Narrows Road. These hazmat exercises are part of the local emergency planning commission 4-year cycle of requirements for documentation, certification, and testing to make sure that they are reactive in the case of a national emergency. This is part of the CERC Council, the State Emergency Response Commission that I serve on in Columbus. And the exercise is to take a realistic scenario where hazmat and rescue operations will commence. The last time we had this was on June 4th in 2012. For anybody that's interested to go out there and observe it, it's really an informative session that they don't give any details of what the scenario will be because it's realistic and it's going to be as you come upon it what you do. But it extends from emergency response, law enforcement, throughout to include the Regional Medical Center for follow-up care to any intermediate participants. So that's going to be coming up on June 16th through the 18th at Camp Sherman, and Green Township will be the event commander of that exercise.
Mayor, what's the time?
I'm sorry?
Are there any times in particular?
Usually start at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll be participating in the mayor's teleconference tomorrow that's hosted by Dayton Mayor Nan Whaley. Topic of discussion for some select city mayors to participate in this is to obtain more state funding from the state government, i.e. local government funding. So we'll be discussing some tactics and some methods to collaboratively request additional state funds returned to municipalities, and I'll get the report out on how that goes at the next council. Had several council members express concern about lights out on Paint Street, specifically with the streetscape lights, the lower lights. That's been an ongoing issue since early January. There seems to be some sort of electrical short in a series of connections beneath the streets, beneath the sidewalks actually, that our city electrician's been working on since it thawed out and he could get to it underground. This may or may not expand beyond his level of education to deal with, and if we do not have some action towards getting that entirely turned back on at the end of next week, we will outsource that so we have all the lights in the downtown turned on. I know that a number of council members have been bringing this up, have been contacted by residents, and we will have that rectified one way or another within the next 3 or 4 weeks. Finally, we just received notice on May 18th that the COPS grant application period is now open. We do plan on applying for COPS funding. As you recall, I reported earlier this year we had applied for safer grant funds for the fire department and were turned down. But we will apply for COPS grants. That's being broken down into the hiring program that we participated in for years. It's also community policing, anti-gang, anti-heroin task force, and anti-methamphetamine programs. We will probably apply for the hiring and the heroin task force courses of that grant. And as been alluded to by several council people so far, we'll be calling a special session of council next Monday, June 1st at 6:30 p.m. To review the housing piece of legislation.
So this is the review session for engineering.
Review session for who?
All right. So we can't have them all the same night. All right.
Is that yours?
That's Dave's, but
Dave's.
then mine follows his, and
And then community
Joel's.
affairs is after that.
Okay. So do we need to move that up then?
Generally, in the past, we've always done their special sessions first.
Yes.
Those nights when there's reviews.
6 o'clock,
I beg your pardon?
you wanna do that at 6 then?
I'll call for 6 then, if you got 6:30. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor Anderson. Alderman Feeney.
Thank you, President Leonardo. Touch on item number 3, which is the appropriation for more money for workers' comp litigation. Just so everybody's familiar with how this works, we have a contract that manages our workers' comp cases during the year. It is rare, but it happens that these cases escalate. The appeals process takes them to common police court. We have 2 such cases ongoing in the city right now, and we have run out of the money that was originally appropriated this year. This will get us by for some time, but I won't make any promises that this won't get us through to the end of the year. But that's why you're seeing more money appropriated than usual for workers' compensation. And I would also support the waiver of the 3 review. Several weeks ago, this body passed an ordinance approving the creation of a new fund. That was the Internal Services Fuel Fund. That is a 2-step process. First, the council has to approve it or recommend its approval. Then the state auditor has to approve the creation. That has happened. The state auditor has approved the creation of this new fund. And the reason this is relevant is it means that we can start basically buying fuel as a city in bulk again. Police and whatnot can buy from at this cheaper rate. So just wanted to give you a progress update on that. Lastly, just as a citizen, I was able to attend Memorial Day service yesterday at Grandview Cemetery. I've been told that it is one of the best memorial services in the country, and I believe that between the view and the history. And I just want to thank all the veterans and everybody who makes that service possible. There's a lot of effort that goes into it. If you've never been before, I would highly recommend taking time out of your Memorial Day next year to check it out. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Law Director Ruth.
Thank you, President Alenardo. The Law Director's Office doesn't have a report for this evening. However, I would like to comment and add to Mr. Trutchell's, Auditor Feeney's comments on agenda, or number 3 on the agenda. That concerns Bureau of Workers' Compensation currently being litigated by outside law firm. Most of those cases concern the police department, and as council has been made aware on prior occasions, the Law Director's Office is considered part of law enforcement, and it would pose a conflict for our office to litigate issues like this. So I just kind of wanted to make everybody aware of that again, and that's all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Having no president's report, I would like to move to audience participation. Did you have any?
I wanted to announce that there will be a Human Resources Committee meeting this Thursday, 4 p.m. Hopefully in the first floor, I think this is speaking for some, in the first floor conference room of the administration.
Thursday the 28th. Thank you, Pat. Audience participation, reminding that you should, when you step to the front, please give your name and address. Each speaker is limited to 5 minutes and each topic to 15. Is there anyone that would like to address council this evening? Come on up. Welcome. State your name and your address.
Jessica Miller, and my address is 276 Bowville Road.
Bowville. Go ahead.
My name is Jessica Miller. I am currently the Dementia Program Coordinator at Westmoreland Place Nursing Home. I'm also a certified dementia practitioner here in Chillicothe, and I'm also a licensed social worker here. I'm here this evening to speak to you all about Alzheimer's and dementia care and what we have here in our community. I think it's really important to make our community members really aware. I'd like to start just by giving you guys some facts and figures to go off of. Currently, there are over 5 million people in the United States affected by Alzheimer's and other dementias. Here in Ohio alone, there are an estimated over 200,000 people dealing with this disease. And it's estimated that in the next 25 years, that amount will increase by 40%. So it's definitely important for communities like ours to be aware and to be prepared to support those in our community. Initially, the warning signs to look for include difficulty completing normal tasks that everyone did in their day-to-day living. Also, confusion to date and time, difficulty communicating, whether it be verbally or written communication, and misplacing items more frequently. Your first line of defense when dealing with Alzheimer's and other dementias is seeking out your primary care physician. In my work, I'm constantly working with others to promote that with their primary care physician through baseline testing, neurological testing, and mental status tests. Getting this testing done early can help families better prepare for services in the community. A lot of people are not aware of what services are available. Our local area agency on aging provides quite a few services to those living at home. They also offer free in-home services. They can come to the home and do an assessment to set people up to stay in their home independently and as long as possible. The Senior Center here in town is a great resource as well, in the local Alzheimer's Association chapter. Here in town there's also a day program for families that are keeping their loved one at home and possibly are working. It's an option to keep them at home, but to have services throughout the day when you are working. Unfortunately, with dementia and Alzheimer's, there comes to a point of being unsafe at home. Wandering also comes along with that as well. To ensure safety, that's usually when someone would look to a nursing home for care. When I work with families to discuss nursing home placement, I always stress to everyone to tour multiple facilities. You have to do the legwork when it comes time for that. So definitely don't just settle on your first tour that you take. I also encourage others to review the life enrichment schedule that is at every nursing home. Ask about security measures that are in place to ensure safety for wandering, and also inquire about staff training to ensure that they are giving specific dementia care. So in the short time I spoke tonight, 3 more people in the U.S. showed some signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's disease newly. So I encourage everyone here to just take 3 minutes of your time and think about someone in your life that needs these services and does not have that voice to speak for themselves. I'm always available. I do work at Westmoreland Place, but as a dementia practitioner here in town, it is my duty to meet with anyone who is inquiring, whether it be home services or nursing home services. And then I also wanted to let the community know that the 3rd Tuesday of every month at 4:30, the Senior Center does offer a support group for family members dealing with Alzheimer's. And this, Friday, June 5th, from 10 to 2, Westmoreland Place will be hosting our first annual Alzheimer's and Dementia Street Fest to raise awareness. And We have bands lined up to come. We're having a cruise in. There's music performers. I'm going to be on hand to meet with anyone who comes in and wants to talk about options for their family members. And we will also be offering a virtual dementia tour. That tour allows someone such as us to come in and it's a simulation that allows you to see what your loved one dealing with dementia would be feeling at that time. So, just wanted to be clear. All right, thank you.
Thank you very
for that
much.
information. Who's next? No one else? All right. That brings us to old business. Mrs. Haynes.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank the VFW Post 108 and American Legion Post 62 for being color guard for the Memorial Day Parade. I walked behind them and it was a very nice event. And they had multiple parades and color guards that they did over the weekend for the Memorial Day service. And I just want to thank them for their contributions and their service to the community. Thank you.
Other old business. Mr. Churchill.
Thank you, Mrs. Leonardo. The form that you sent out to let us know some legislation items were not assignments that you had made or someone has made. Wanted to know where they were. I received an assignment back on March 19th. It had to do with appropriating $60,000 for road salt. It's a summer fill order. Well, those funds were not available, and we kicked this around for a while, and it got lost for the most part. We never did do this because the funds were not there, and I would like to take it out of committee. For those who can't just take them out of committee, and when it comes through again, we can do the legislation and do it properly. Right now, it's just sitting there, and I just want to clear the books. So make that motion. Take it out of committee.
Just report it out.
Just report it on committee? All right, thank you for that.
No action.
Any other old business? Seeing none, we'll go to petitions and correspondence received by the clerk.
Madam President, I have nothing to report on except to remind the members of council that, as City Law Director Rutherford informed us earlier, there is a seminar on the sunshine laws. It is this coming, the next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, before the next regular meeting, at Bennett Hall at Ohio University, Chillicothe. You can go to the Ohio Attorney General's website to sign up for this. And the reason this is important, we are soon to finish this term of council, and each member of council is required to have one of these training sessions per term. One in your time on council is not enough. There has to be one for each term you serve. So I would encourage others to sign up for it. I've already signed up for it myself, and it's free. So, other than the parking hassle, it's good to have it in this location. That's all I have, President.
Thank you for that reminder. Any new business? Mrs. Ames.
Thank you, President Leonardo. I have 3 things tonight to announce. This Thursday, May 28th at 5 o'clock p.m. at the Donald Koppel Soccer Complex in Western Avenue, there's going to be a walkthrough tour, and there's some brochures throughout town about this. At 5 o'clock, Kevin Norman is leading a Make a Difference Day project for the complex to raise money for playground equipment. But they're going to have the public invited to see what they have in store as far as soccer fields, parking, dog park, playground, restrooms, concession stands, and bike path extension. It's so you can see how your business can benefit and the whole community can benefit and get involved. So that's Thursday at 5 o'clock at the new soccer complex. Ross County Community Action began its free summer lunch program on Monday for kids age 18 and under. There are 16 different sites throughout the city and county that children ages 18 and under can go to get free lunch every day, Monday through Friday. And They're encouraged to attend. They're also looking for volunteers to help interact with the children, to read a story, to play frisbee or so forth. You can go to the United Way Ross County website, and they have a new volunteer program there where you can sign up for individual events. You can sign up for long-term volunteer situations. You register yourself in what things you're interested in, and then they match you up or let you know when something's available. And finally, I've handed out to people in the audience and members too, the Chautauqua is coming up on the 16th of June. I had a Convention and Visitors Bureau Board meeting today, so you're going to be seeing these posters around town. This is the first time they've been here in 15 years, and Melody Young and Sue Kitchen and Jean Betts have been working really hard coordinating the events. On page 5 of the newspaper gives you the listing of the Chillicothe events and what takes place. Everything that's happening is free. They have workshops for adults and workshops for children during the day at the annex, and then the performances are at nighttime down in the park, and a big red and white tent will be set up inside the pump house. So this is a huge thing for the city. It's going to bring lots of visitors because they have a following that follows them every year to the places they go. They only go 4 places a year in Ohio, and Chillicothe is one of the places that was chosen this year. So that's going to be really big. They're still looking for volunteers for that too. And again, you can go to the United Way website or call Melody Young at the Visitors Bureau, and she'll be glad to put you to work. And that gives you the report.
Thank you for that. Other new business? Seeing none, we'll move to legislation. Item number 1.
Second reading of an ordinance appropriating $150,000 for the purchase of new fire hydrants to replace obsolete and aging fire hydrants and declare an emergency. Second reading.
Mrs. Patrick,
Make a motion to waive the 3-read rule.
is there a second? Mrs. Gregg. Roll call on the motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
Motion to waive the 3 reads is passed. We'll have roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
And the ordinance has passed. Item number 2.
Second reading of an ordinance adding section 351.18, prohibition against parking on front or side yard, to the codified ordinances of the city of Chillicothe, Ohio, and amending section 351.99, penalty. Second reading.
Item number 3.
First reading of an ordinance appropriating $25,000 to pay Folling Law Firm for expenses associated with ongoing Bureau of Workers' Compensation litigation and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mr. Churchill.
Thank you. For reasons stated in my report, I'd like to motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Seconded by Mrs. Ames. Roll call on the motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
The motion has passed. We'll have a roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
And the ordinance has passed. Item number 4.
First reading of an ordinance appropriating $25,000 to hire Liquid Engineering to perform interior tank inspections of the city's 5 water distribution tanks and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mrs. Patrick.
So that work can start immediately on this, I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Seconded by Mrs. Neal. Roll call on the motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
That motion passes. Roll call on the ordinance, please.
Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patman.
Yes.
Trutchell.
Yes.
And the ordinance has passed. Item number 5.
First reading of a resolution authorizing the mayor to file an application to the state of Ohio to participate in the Small Cities Community Development Block Grant Allocation Program for fiscal year 2015, accepting grant if funded, and agreeing to comply with the program requirements, authorizing Ohio Regional Development Corporation to administer the program, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Item number 6.
First reading of an ordinance approving a change order to the existing contract between the city and Pandy Environmental, appropriating $4,850 to pay Pandy Environmental for the preparation of a sampling and analysis plan document for groundwater sampling at the landfill on the city's behalf, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mrs. Patrick,
I'd like to make a motion to waive the 3-read rule.
is there a second? Mr. Trudgeon. Roll call on the motion to waive the 3-read rule.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Truttle.
Yes.
That motion has passed. Roll call on the ordinance, please.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Truttle.
Yes.
And the ordinance has passed. Mrs. Gray,
Thank you, President Arnold. I would like to make a motion to adjourn. Please.
is there a second? Mr. Florina. Roll call on the motion to adjourn.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Patton.
Yes.
Truttle.
Yes.
We are adjourned.